My review is going to be of our district online high school online health class that was created about 5 years ago. The way it was created was they were part of this open campus where three school districts were building courses together, and there was a possibility of having multiple kids from multiple school districts in a class. To it was just kind of developed during the budget crunch on ways to you know save money, and this was one of them. This is We are no longer part of this open campus, but they did, and part of the agreement, allow us to take the course with us. To continue to use since all of the districts worked so hard on it. So this was created by three health and PE teachers that met only once a month for 2 years, and were given basically a blank canvas with no structure, no education, no information, and told to come up with a an online course. So the one thing they were given were the QM standards. When I talked to my coworker about how I was going to be kind of critiquing this, he said, "Yeah, we use the QM uh, standards to build the course." And going over my kind of review, the my review is that a lot of the information, the nuts and bolts of the course, is very good. It's the peripheral stuff. It's the course overview and introduction that I'll go over, and the accessibility and the learner support that is really, really missing from this course. So I'll go over that right now. So the course introduction, you can see here, the only introduction is a name and email address. There's really no other uh, information on how to get started, where to go to find different parts of the course. There's nothing about etiquette or the purpose of the entire course. There's no minimum technical skills, no self introduction. I don't know who Mr. Ammon is. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know anything about him. So that introduction part is lacking. As you go down, you can see here the info and due dates. This is also the syllabus. So this is everything. You can see the syllabus. There's nothing about academic integrity. Just a website. There's not even a phone number to call, an office number. There's no office hours. It's just simply an email. They also are shown how to use Remind to text with any questions or concerns. So again, you can't see any. I don't see any purpose. I don't see any goals. I don't see any outcomes. So a lot of that specific information is missing. Right. So they do have due dates, how long it should take them, but again, just basic information, missing some key components of the rubric. There again, that is the syllabus. When you click to go to the syllabus, it still says to be determined. So again, that's a whoops, uh, in my opinion. All right. Then you get into, they do have a good section of Ask the Instructor for students to post questions about something that they're having issues with. The instructor again will kind of delay a little bit to let the other students maybe jump in and try to help other students, but that is a positive about the setup. As you get down, you can see it's pretty clean. Different modules going into it. You do get into, when we talk about learning objectives, there's an introduction to the unit. There's some learning outcomes. I would like to see some, a purpose and objectives and outcomes, because they all mean different things. It's kind of like, the outcomes, what do they want them to walk away with? and the objectives are kind of how they're going to get there and the overall purpose. There are, they do relate. It does show that they relate to state standards, as in 2.3. So again, a lot of this stuff is very good and meets the criteria. Once you get into the individual lessons, it'll walk you through clean. It kind of reads like a book. There's a nice progression bar here. Um, you just keep going. It's black and white. Very little pictures. The nice part about this is there are embedded questions as you get into it, which are very good. So the kids can't just breeze through the pages like I did, but there are questions right here that they will need to answer and that they are graded on. Just basically, we call them kind of internet speed bumps, course class speed bumps. They slow you down, make sure you're under control and getting this information. Right. So, fortunately, I'm going to have to answer all that. It will not let you go forward unless you answer those. So I'm going to have to jump back to go to this. Instruction materials. As you go through this, there are forums, there are quizzes, PDF worksheets, essays, research projects. So again, it kind of relates to the chapter 4. It does have, it uses kind of the same assignment in chapter 4 as number 5. Different tools to use, Prezis, PowerPoints, like in assignment number 12, assignment number 17 talks about using, Prezi or to share results. It also talks about 14, where it's just review of articles and videos, and they're listening to some podcasts, and then create reviews and using a certain way to present it to the class, and then students are asked to respond to it. So I would say, the instructional materials they're pretty wide open, varying. So that's good too. The learner interaction and engagement with the use of forums. They provide opportunities for interaction. I would like to see more video voice recording. Again, I knocked them on course technology at 6.5. The course design takes advantage of current technology, tools, and media. It really doesn't. They haven't come back and upgraded this course to use a lot of the voice recording, the Screencast-O-Matic, or the Flipgrid, or the voice threads that weren't around when they originally created this. And to be honest, who's going to be teaching these kids all of this technology? Again, it's not a face-to-face, but we are not giving kids that are, again, we're given a diverse group of kids. So it is good to have only a couple technologies for them to use and really become proficient at. One of the other areas I really knocked them on, like I said, the nuts and bolts are good, like the learning objectives, assessment and measurement, instructional materials, the learner interaction and engagement. Assignment 1 talks about, watching videos and then talking about them, and it does that too. But the learner support and accessibility, they're pretty much non-existent. There's no policy and services for all students. In the syllabus, it's not there. There's no clear link to technical support since the creation of this course. Again, we've created a help desk in the library that's run by students to help with technology issues. That needs to be updated in here as well. There's no accessibility for this too. And again, they weren't thinking about this 5 years ago when they created it. And to be honest, I wouldn't have thought about it either until I took a course in this class, a class in this course on, voiceover, colors to use for visibly impaired, or accessibility options. None of that is over here. These headings, being able to read the headings. I wouldn't use green, but most of it is pretty linear, black and white. So those with issues can. It's pretty easy to use accessibility to pick it up. Um, and so, like I said, in summary, the nuts and bolts, the middle of standards 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are very good. We just need to clean it up and really work on standards 1, 7, and 8 to make it more appealing. So things do relate to chapter 4. Like I said, with some of those instructional materials, it does give me things to think about in a setup when I set up my own course. But this is a pretty good template, I feel, overall. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed it.